But
Yeah.
anyway,
Simon, are you there?
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Hey, sure, I have a question. What are your criteria for testing the existence of the Judeo-Christian God in particular?
What do you mean?
The criteria, like what you would, like if God is a non-disprovable hypothesis, what would, like what evidence or, what would it take for you to believe in a God in theory?
Well, I generally say that if God can't be proven or disproven, then I can just ignore it because it has no relevance to reality.
right.
I think that there are a lot of people who are out there with a vested interest in making us agree with their claim that a God exists, and I think that it's on them to find a way to demonstrate it.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
Simon, let me ask you something. You believe in a God, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe this God has any effect on the real world that we live in?
Yes, I do think so.
Well, that's a testable claim.
That it is.
So, how do you validate your belief in a God?
Oh, just like answers to prayers and certain. I'm a Mormon. We're kind of heavy on like personal revelation and like.
Okay, but the thing is, all the prayer studies have shown that prayer doesn't really have any effect.
Well, or, I mean, it appears to have an effect in the sense that when you pray for something, sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
But when you don't pray for something, a lot of times it happens anyway. And if you were going to test that, you might try to set up a specific set of conditions where you pray for one thing and then you don't pray for a similar thing and see in the big picture whether the odds improve when you pray. And in general, when people have tried to set up these kind of studies, they don't show an effect of prayer.
Interesting. Thank you.
Did you
Okay.
not know that?
Oh, haven't heard much about if there's a kind of studies about prayer. No.
They are out there, and I mean, informally, like people have told me a lot that like they prayed to, like they couldn't find their car keys, for instance, is a common story, and then
Yeah.
like they prayed that God would help them find their car keys, and their car keys showed up. So one time I was kind of thinking about that when I couldn't find my car keys. And I said out loud, "Hey God, you better find my car keys or I'll kick your butt." And I still found my car keys. Now, do I think that God responded to my threat? No, but I'm just showing that it's about as likely in either situation.
It is interesting. Some food for thought. Thank you.
Okay.
Right?
Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Okay.
Thanks for having me on the
Alright.
show.
Well, thank you for calling.
Thanks.
And could you give us Gabrielle in Illinois next? That's interesting. I expected more conversation from that.
Yeah, I did too. It's interesting well, I prayed for something and then I got it, and therefore God.
Right.
That's what we call confirmation bias.
Yeah, and a lot of people have confirmation bias, and actually that's been a recurring theme of the talk that I've been giving and will be giving again in Waco tomorrow. Plug.
Yeah.
But my dad always liked to say, I had a headache, so I took an aspirin and I prayed to God, and my headache went away, so God cured me. And this is a thing that comes up where people mistake something happening at the same time for something causing another thing. And when you're predisposed to assume that God is working in your life, you tend to give God credit for actually trivial things that that have nothing to do with divinity.